Recently, I went on a weekend trip to Luxembourg, which is widely regarded and best known for being the richest country in the world, as it is often ranked at the top of GDP per capita tables. This essentially is a measure of how much money a country makes per person, and most of Luxembourg's wealth comes from its lucrative financial industry. However, in this video, I wanted to show you guys that there's much more to Luxembourg than its finance industry. Just got to Heathrow Airport, about to get on a flight to Luxembourg. Are you excited? Hopefully this is the first flight of many this year. Let's go. Morning guys, sorry I didn't film anything last night. By the time we got to the hotel it was pretty late, so we just wanted to go to sleep straight away and wake up early. It's currently 9 AM, I'm about to head out, but before I head out I thought I'd show you guys our hotel room and the view we've got from our hotel room. So this is the view from our hotel room. It's fairly decent. I mean, it's not the best in the world. When I was in Norway, I stayed right on top of like a mountain, and that was absolutely majestic, but still decent. Got a fairly decent room as well. There's my sister. Got a nice room, TV. We even got a little bit of a sofa over here. And then just quickly pan around, we've got a decent bathroom. Just waiting to get the bus from our hotel into the city centre. Fun fact, all public transport in Luxembourg is free. I mean, that's insane. Bus, train and tram. I mean, in London I'll probably spend like £300 a month commuting back and forth into work. So the fact that it's free is just insane. Sort of, I guess, being the richest country in the world, it's kind of expected. And yeah, just generally just everywhere around here is so nice. Like, everyone drives nice cars, all the apartments look really nice, so yeah, I guess it's living up to this bill. The first stop of the day is Grand Ducal Palace, which is right in the heart of Luxembourg. This is where the royal family of Luxembourg live. Not quite as big as Buckingham Palace, but you can get a lot closer. I mean, you can walk right up to it. They even have their own change of the guard, a bit like Buckingham Palace. This building dates from the Renaissance period, so 1572, and yeah, as you can see, it looks very grand. So behind me we have the National Museum of History and Arts in Luxembourg. It's just a 2-3 minute walk from the palace. It's free to enter if you're interested in that kind of stuff, and I definitely recommend going. We don't actually have a lot of time today, so we're going to leave it, but if you guys do go, let me know how it is inside and drop a comment below. So we were walking along and we found this little opening in the rock, and we went to see what you can see. Looks pretty cool actually. Look at this. See, it looks very pretty. So currently we're standing on Bob Casemates? Am I pronouncing that correct?
I'm not sure.
Okay, whatever, it's called Bob Casemates. This is like the old part of Luxembourg. It's the old fortification that used to guard the whole city. It's about 1,000 years old, and yeah, it's pretty epic. And if you look all the way down there, you get pretty epic views of the city. So we've come down to one of the most famous viewpoints in Luxembourg city. Right behind us we have the Alzette River, and we also have the Bock where we were standing on top of earlier. Just such a fantastic viewpoint. Hopefully I'll take some really nice photos, which I'll post on Instagram later. Make sure you follow me on Instagram if you haven't already. Journal Explorer. But yeah, obviously a very panoramic view, and yeah, just a nice place to visit. So we're currently on the walls of the Corniche, which is considered the most beautiful balcony in Europe, and I think you can see why. I mean, just look at these views, they're so stunning. And the great thing about Luxembourg sort of city centre is that everything's within walking distance. I mean, there's a bridge we were on earlier, there's the Bock Casemates just over there, so everything, as you can see, is very close to each other, so you can get a lot done in one day, which is pretty handy. What do you think of the views?
It's nice.
Why do you look so sad?
Because you made me walk up a hill to see it.
We've just come down to the city centre. It's very busy, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's quite busy. It's got a nice market house.
Yeah. One thing we've noticed in Luxembourg is that everyone has really, really tiny dogs. Like,
One so you're gonna accidentally step on every 5 seconds.
yeah. So be careful of that. But no, city centre is bustling, full of life. It's a really nice day today, so I think we might just stop somewhere and try and grab like a cold drink or maybe even ice cream. Just walked through the old quarter / city centre of Luxembourg. Fun fact, the old quarter of Luxembourg is actually a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Now, you don't get a lot of those in the world, so definitely worth checking it out if you come to Luxembourg. It's got a lot of history behind it, and it's in pretty good condition, considering most of it got completely destroyed during World War II. And the quarter dates back hundreds of years and sort of gives you a good idea of how life was like here many hundreds of years ago and how well protected it was. There's the whole sort of Casmitz bit where we were earlier is like used to sort of defend the whole old city bit. So yeah, really fascinating, definitely worth visiting whenever you're in Luxembourg. So ahead of us we have Adolphe Bridge. Adolphe Bridge was built in 1903 to connect the north and south part of Luxembourg City, which previously had been unconnected and was separated by the river and sort of deep gorge you can see down here. I don't know if you can see, if you guys can see, but it's actually people walking along just underneath the bridge. So the aim is to get somewhere near there and see what lovely views it has for us. So we can see more of that sort of old city walls, and you can sort of see where there was like old sort of windows / lookouts. So yeah, Luxembourg's a very historic city. It was really like a really sort of well-defended fortress back in the day. Obviously now with new weaponry and stuff, it's not quite as well defended, but you can sort of get an idea of what it looked like in its heyday. We've just got to the bottom of the bridge. This bit looks a bit newer than the rest of the bridge, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And the view, it's okay. It's not as good as I thought it would be. I think, so by the time we're filming this, it's March and the trees haven't started sort of flowering properly yet, so everything looks a bit barren. So one thing I've noticed as I've been walking around Luxembourg is how little congestion there is. I mean, I know Luxembourg has quite a low population compared to the UK, but still, there's barely any congestion. And I guess a lot of that has to do with the free public transport. So, Sadiq Khan, you know what you need to do if you want to make London less congested. Morning guys, it's our second full day in Luxembourg today. We didn't do a lot last night, we just sort of hung around and then grabbed some dinner before heading back to the hotel. We pretty much saw everything there was to see within the city centre yesterday. So the plan is today to sort of head out of the city and visit like the countryside. There's supposed to be like really nice hills and like really nice castles in the countryside. So hopefully we should see some of them today, and hopefully I can get some really nice drone shots. The best thing about trains in Luxembourg is that they're all double-decker. I mean, I think this is the case in most of Europe. And it's something they need to bring to England ASAP. If you've ever got a train in the morning in England, especially into London, you know how crowded they can get. You're basically packed in like sardines. So yeah, England, sort your stuff out ASAP. So we've just got to Esch-sur-Sûre National Park and towards the Esch-sur-Sûre Lake, and the views are amazing, aren't they?
Yeah. I think they'll be a lot nicer in the summer though, when those trees get a bit more leaves on them.
I mean, look at this. I don't know.
It does look nice because the weather's also really nice too.
I don't know if my camera's doing it justice, but it just looks so beautiful, and the wind is so calm here compared to London and England. I don't know if you've seen my last couple of videos, but the wind has been crazy in those videos. But it's just so calm and peaceful. It's quite early in the morning, so there's barely anyone here. Such amazing views, and it's not even that far from the city centre. It's only about an hour and a half on public transport, which, again, as I mentioned, is free. So you'd be stupid not to come and see some of these views when you're in Luxembourg. So we've just come down for the bridge where we were up there, just down here a bit, and we're going to walk a bit further down, but look how nice the lake looks. Honestly, it looks so stunning. Definitely probably one of the best parts of Luxembourg I've seen so far. The lake is part of a national park called the Esch-sur-Sûre National Park. It's one of the bigger national parks around this area. There's loads of things to do around here. You can go sort of cycling, you can go boating around the whole lake, you can book like cruises around the lake as well, so plenty of things to do here for the whole family. We've just come down to the town of Esch-sur-Sûre, which is just down from the Upper Sea Lake, and as you can see, it's a very pretty little town. There's a castle up there. I'm not sure if you can go up to the castle, but we will try to. But I think the plan is we're just going to spend a couple of hours here and just chill and just take some nice photos and relax by the river. So we've just stopped at a little cafe in the town for lunch, and name a better place to stop for lunch. Got a nice view of the river down there, the bridge and the scenery behind it. Do you agree?
Yeah.
We've just walked up to the top of the town, up to where the castle is. Well, where the castle used to be. As you can tell, it's not exactly in the greatest of conditions, but so you can still see bits of it and sort of still get an idea of what it looked like in its heyday. We've just got back to the hotel room. It's about 5-6 p.m. One thing to bear in mind is if you are in Luxembourg on a Sunday, like we are today, then public transport is really, really infrequent. The buses and trains usually come like once every an hour, 2 hours. So what should have been maybe an hour, hour and a half journey took us like 2.5 hours. So just factor that in. And also most shops and restaurants are like closed around here on a Sunday, or they close like very early. So again, take that into account. But yeah, I think the plan is we're gonna sort of chill for a bit and then head back out into town and grab a bit of food. So probably won't film for the rest of the day. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Morning guys, it's our last day here in Luxembourg and we're about to check out the hotel. I stayed in a DoubleTree by Hilton in Luxembourg. Now, when you hear the Hilton name, it comes with a certain prestige and certain level of quality that you come to expect, but oh my god, this hotel had so many issues. I mean, I could make a whole video about all the issues this hotel had, but like one of the fundamental things that they got wrong was that there was no hot water for 2 nights, and we were here for 3 nights, so we only got hot water on the first day. And I feel like as a hotel, that's just like a fundamental thing that you just can't get wrong. So yeah, and then there was just so many of the issues. The key cards that you use to sort of like go into your hotel room, that didn't work on the first day. So, well, it didn't work for the first day and a half. So every time we tried to go into our room, we had to ask someone from reception to let us in. It was just so many issues. So yeah, we'll never be staying here again ever in my life. So we're at the airport about to head back to London. How did you find Luxembourg?
It's good.
Would you come back here again?
I feel like we've already seen or need to visit. I don't think I'd come back. There's nothing new to do.
Yeah, I mean, it's a really nice country. It's really quiet, really clean, and hopefully in this video we've showed you there's a lot more to Luxembourg than its financial industry. But yeah, like my sister said, there isn't much to do here, so I feel like if you spend 2 days here, you can pretty much do everything you need to do. So yeah, I don't know if I'll be coming back, but Luxembourg, you were good. Not the hotel though, that was atrocious. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you subscribe and like it. And as always, we'll see you in the next one.